Hey there folks, Fang here. Just want to do a little review for Dead Rising 3 as I just recently played it. Dead Rising 3 is an open world zombie action game, and I know that sounds like it's going to be another generic game where which you're hacking and slashing zombies with a serious melodramatic tone. And while it is a bit like that to a degree, the game has a lot to it that makes it really stand up amongst the rest. And that main thing that it has is Freedom Bear. Now, while I haven't played the other Dead Rising games that come before this, I have played through this game and I would say its story is overall alright and decent, but it has a few flaws in it, like predictable characters, and the overall story does give some surprises and it has some very funny comedic bits at times, but sometimes it just struggles with some of its more overplayed jokes. And overall, I would say that the game's story is not going to be like the Last of Us or The Walking Dead and really grip you with its characters and make you cry, but it will get you to laugh at a few times, and you will also get to experience some of the best gameplay in the zombie genre that I have seen, and that's what I really think is going to be the selling point for this game. The best word I could use to describe Dead Rising 3's gameplay is that it is fun over everything else. You can utilize a lot of the objects in the world to kill zombies, from your typical blades, hammers, and guns to your more unconventional weapons like using tables and handbags. But you can also combine all these various different objects in the world into various creative combo weapons and vehicles. Like for example, you can take a construction digger and mix that with a motorbike in order to create a steamrolling motorcycle, really just easily kills hundreds of zombies with no effort. Now, the audience is already familiar with the Freedom Bear as mentioned before, but there are so many other types of weapons in the game that it offers you, from rocket-powered fists to a leaf blower that shoots out dildos. The desire to build these weapons encouraged me to explore the open world and collect the various blueprints you find. And speaking of open world, that will be the next thing I want to discuss, as Los Perdidos offers a variety of different locations for you to explore throughout your adventure, with various stores, office buildings, and mansions to check out for loot. The activities in the game I also found quite fun, as they really do reinforce the gameplay loop, with the main ones being you rescuing survivors, completing kill challenges, and experiencing various different psychopaths that act as bosses throughout the world. And the psychopath boss fights I found to be really fun as well. Some of them are like your standard, just bring down your enemy's HP bar down. Others are more interesting with various different interesting combat mechanics, such as the Surgeon and the Gimp, which I don't want to spoil, but I will let you find out for yourself. Alright, now that I covered some of the main parts of the game, I want to cover some of my minor dislikes that I have with the game. And the main things I want to note is that the way you pick up objects in the game can be kind of clunky, as when you have several objects close together in proximity, you can have an issue when you don't know how to pick up the object, as the UI doesn't really work that well for that. I also found the timer mechanic a bit annoying to handle, as while the game does give you a sense of urgency through this mechanic, with you having to go out of the city before the timer goes down, the game's timer is a bit too slow for that to be really effective, as you can explore a decent chunk, if not all of the world within the time that you have. And I feel like that doesn't incentivize you to replay the game as much as it would think you would. But I do think if they cut down the timer by maybe a day or two, that would encourage you to be more urgent with how you do your missions, and maybe have more choice in terms of whether or not you go and save this survivor or go and do this challenge for extra XP. And I feel like that would be better, or if not, just remove the timer mechanic altogether, as it doesn't really feel that necessary in this game, in my opinion. Alright, now those are the main points that I wanted to talk about, and overall I would say this game is quite solid, and I would give it a recommendation to try out. If I was to score it, it would probably be a solid 8 out of 10. I would recommend getting it with DLC if you could for a discount. Anyways, I think that should be it for this video. If you have any comments about my review or any opinions of your own, please put that down in the comments below, and like and subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you and goodbye.